You are watching an Al Bear review. Cue the music. What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday, you know the vibes. I'm here with the Power Review. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Everybody be sure to like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Look, let me just go ahead and put my theory out there right now before I get into it. Now, this is what I'm going to say first. As we watch the show, let's not let how they actually film the episodes have us feel like this person is guilty. Because the way they have these camera angles and the camera so into these characters' personal space and what they say makes us feel like they're guilty. Hence, Tasha this episode. But let me put my theory out there before I get into review so we can talk about it as we go. So look, this episode made me believe that, and it's only if this is true. Y'all know how the show goes. They give us 5 suspects, or however many it is, 6 suspects. We may find out in the end that none of them killed Ghost. A lot of people still feel like Ghost is alive. I really do not blame them for feeling that way because it kind of feels like he's alive. But Courtney Kemp says he's dead. I'm going to go with he dead. All right, so here's my theory. This episode, Warner pays a visit by the Democratic Party representative named Stephen Ante or whatever his name. And, basically he tells Warner, hey, whatever you're doing with James St. Patrick, stop. Stop looking to any cases that could involve him. Stop. The Democratic Party orders you to stop. So, of course, like a child, Warner has been told by someone to not do something, he still do it. And so, fast forward, after James is murdered, the same guy from the Democratic Party, Stephen Ante, whatever his name, he come back to James and say, didn't I tell you the Democratic Party wanted you to leave St. Patrick alone? And so Warner big mouth, oh, well, how would the voting public feel to find out the Democratic Party is trying to cover up, who James St. Patrick really is? And bro was like, you don't listen. You about to lose your job. And so Warner was like, get the F out, get out. And so he said, and Warner was like, you can't fire me. And so next thing, he said, the call is coming. Next thing, the call came. So why did I start off with that? I believe if I had to choose 1 to 5 or however many suspects to be responsible for killing James, I have to say at this point that it's Tate. And here's my reason why. Because we found out this episode just how much influence and important the Democratic Party is. And so it kind of makes me feel as if a conversation was had between Ramona, Tate, and whatever the lady name actually running for mayor or governor of New York. And the conversation basically was, Tate is a more decorated, accomplished politician than James. He's been doing this for as long as he has. And so what better way to, get who she really wants, which would be Tate, than to get rid of James? Because once James has died, I ask myself, well, what's the purpose of the Democratic Party coming in, getting Warner fired and throwing their weight around? Because the FBI couldn't prove Ghost did it or James did anything while he was living. Now that he's dead and gone, they definitely not gonna be able to prove anything. So what's the purpose of that? Also, I'm sure whoever the lady is running for mayor or governor, whatever the position is, in the polls right after James got murdered, she went up in the polls. She's been more liked, she's been favored. I guarantee that's what happened. So that leads me back to Tate. Tate paid Dre to kill Ghost. Tate knew Dre ain't smart enough to do it. He ain't man enough to do it. He was just stupid enough to try to do it. And therefore, if he was to get caught, or somebody was to get caught, it would be Dre. Because he would be there and etc. And he got motive and, things of that nature. So, and we did see Tate headed toward truth. So, I want to get it out there. If I had to pick one of the characters right now, it would be Tate. And I also want to get out there, before I get into this review, that Tasha and Tariq, even though we didn't get any Tariq this episode, Tasha and Tariq are planning something against Tommy to get him out of the way. Because Tasha had no motive to telling Paz that Tommy was the one to actually kill Angela. But she did. And then the show episode went off with Paz going back to Tommy's place and he done disappeared. But we know Tommy ran from somebody, probably from whoever it was they was in the shootout, him and Ghost was in the shootout with, or maybe the officer, because somehow, some way, Proctor's video recording that he gave his daughter in the necklace is gonna come back up because Tommy killed the man. It's gonna come back up, so Tommy on the run. So I think, and Tasha might know that, but I feel like Tasha is plotting against Tommy to get him out of the way, especially now that Ghost is gone. So anyway, let's get into the review. I got the theories out the way. So the show picks up Paz. She having a nightmare. She going to the hospital. Nobody's there. Ghost, James come out. Tell Paz she too late, she couldn't stop him. And pretty much this episode centered around Paz blaming herself for the death, the murder of Angela, which pissed me off the entire episode. Angela, grown woman, she can throw that cooler cat on whoever she want to, stay in your lane. So anywho, then we get introduced to Paz and I guess Angela's family, Paz's son, Junior, and the father, Poppy. I don't know Poppy's name, but he got Alzheimer's. So now that Angela's pretty much dead and gone and her benefits and stuff is tied up. Junior home from school and Poppy's out in the nursing home. And I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. I know I'm not the only one, but Junior got on my damn nerves this entire episode, continuously asking Paz about money so he can go back to school. Now I know that's great. We want our kids to be in school, getting the education, especially our minority kids. He got on my damn nerve. He obviously got him some coochie cat at that doggone school. That's the only reason why he's trying to get back. So anyways, Paz and Junior see the announcement that Ghost is going to be running for lieutenant governor. They just get upset. Poppy still thinks Angela is alive, and it is what it is. Like I say, Junior, he worried about the pen. So anyways, moving on. Warner pays a visit to Mox. Mox used to work closely with Sax, basically trying to get Mox or Max or whatever his name is, the Chinese Asian guy, to give him some info that could help land Sax behind prison walls. And basically Mox told me, look, I never been there when he did it. I don't know what he did. I get what you're saying. Everybody he come in contact with close to a flip or get the corroborator in the dead, but I can only give you hearsay information. So that was pretty much that. And, personally, I was kind of hoping something come of that because I really, if I really want to see, Sax suffer some. You know what I'm saying? I know the show coming to an end, but I do want to see him suffer some. So anyways, since Paz seen the announcement on TV, she done lost her damn mind, going to Tasha, asking for help to stop James and bringing James down. And Tasha told her, just as she should, I'm a single mother. Taking him down would mean taking my children down. I cannot do that. He always wins. So goddamn Paz was just like, she said something. And Angela, the girl named Tasha said, we wouldn't be in this predicament if your sister would have left my married husband alone. We would probably still be married and she would probably still be alive. And Paz was like, you know what I mean? Angela didn't know he was married. Doody-doo, doody-doo. Look here. And then Paz had to go even further to say that James is responsible for the death of one of your children. Now, this is where I just couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know Tariq the reason Yaz is dead and not James. But nobody wants to blame Tariq. So anyways, long story short, Tasha told Paz she can't help her and she need to just let it go. So Paz storm out, said she'll do it by herself. So anyways, Paz go back home. Junior trying to give Poppy his medicine. Poppy said, I ain't taking that medicine. You ain't one of these little fine nurses from the nursing home that can bend over and figure that I ain't taking nothing. Paz go in the room and get Angela a gun, which didn't make a bit of sense to me. Like, why would you go and get your dead sister's weapon that's registered? Like, dumb. Obviously, you ain't no killer. But anyways, back at the FBI center station, whatever, Warner is going off on the security detail at the front desk, saying why in the hell Sachs was letting the building. It was like, well, look, his badge still work, and Warner's, that nigga, I mean, he was fired 2 days ago. Like, what's really going on? So, next thing no past, she showed up. She wanted to talk to Sachs, and he and she ended up talking to Warner. Basically, Warner telling her, look, we trying to get him, but we can't. He's smooth, he clean, and Paz brung up. Well, before that, then she go and visit Sachs, and Sachs basically told her, like, look, James didn't kill Angela. He was actually telling the truth. I don't know who killed him. And basically, Sachs said, you don't know your sister how you think you know. He said, it's kind of my fault because we knew what she was into when we let her go. And so she was like, what you mean? And she said, well, she was about to be arrested for conspiracy to murder and just being a part of James St. Patrick drug ring, which, once again, you cannot prove. Y'all can't prove nothing. So Angela, looking back on that whole situation, she made the right decision that don't cooperate because they have nothing. But it is what it is. So, Paz, she stormed out and said she don't believe it. But look, here's the thing. It was a scene, I'm going to keep that one. But anyway, so Paz going home, tell Junior what's going on. After he asked about TT's pension money again, so he can go back to school. And she basically tell him that, TT, wasn't telling us her full truth. There's some things that she left out, this and that. So, it is what it is. It's like James gonna get away. And then she said she has one last play, but it might ruin Angela's legacy or how she's remembered or whatever it's called, right? Okay, who cares? So anyways, Paz go back to Warner. Warner don't want to see her. But this heifer go and tell Warner, like, what if I could give you some valuable information that'll prove that my sister was working with James St. Patrick in his illegal businesses? And so Warner made sure to tell that young lady, like, the first thing he said was, if you are able to provide that type of information, all of her benefits, insurance, and things that are tied up right now that you were trying to receive, will be forfeited. That was the first thing he told her. She said, I don't care, I just want justice. He said, nah, you want revenge. So she telling him about the cell phone. They go dig up the cell phone, and ain't nothing on the damn cell phone because the SIM card is destroyed, except for some messages between her and a random number that they can't link to whether it's James or Tasha, and it's just about meetups. And so this is what pissed me off. Black people wouldn't have done that. You mean to tell me I'm gonna give up somebody in my close-knit family, my immediate family, who has been murdered or passed, whatever the case is, and I'm broke as hell. I can't pay for my son to go to school. I can't afford for my elderly sick daddy who got Alzheimer's to go back to the nursing home. You think I'm finna help the police and forfeit that? That pissed me off right there in itself. And so she would not give up. She said, there has to be a way. Let me wear a wire. And so one was like, okay, fine, heifer, you can wear a wire, but I need you to know if anything come up from you wearing that wire and incriminates your sister, those benefits will be forfeited. He could not wait to forfeit them damn benefits for her aggravating ass. And you know what? I was right along with him. I ain't never seen an episode of Power where I just was rooting against somebody. I was not rooting for Paz to succeed in any way at all. If she would have went about this a different way, maybe so. But the fact she went about the way she did, it pissed me off. So Y'all know the story. She went a wire, go visit James at Truth, have a conversation with him, try to get him confessed, and then she just want to bring up the murder and ask him who murdered her sister. And Ramona is there, and she, we saw the episode. Excuse me. So she go back. Now, while she was gone, she had 2 missed phone calls. One from Tasha and one from Junior. But the Tasha phone call was interesting. Tasha probably knew she was, trying to cooperate with the police, which is why she was trying to tell her before about Tommy murdering Angela, so, they could put some plays in motion. But listen, so she rushed to the hospital. Poppy's in the hospital because Junior told him that TT Angela has been murdered. And she said, why would you do that, Junior? Why would you do that? And Junior said, I thought if I told her, he'll snap out of it. That was the funniest thing I done heard on TV in a while. You a college student whose grandfather has Alzheimer's, and you believe if you tell him that his daughter has been murdered, his Alzheimer's will just go away. Ain't no way in hell that boy in college. I don't know what Angela paying for, but he damn sure ain't in no college. So, moving on. I done lost my place with this whole thing. So anyways, Paz go back to Tasha. Tell Tasha, look, you was right. He always win. Asking Tasha what was she calling for. Tasha tried to play it off like, hey, look, I was having a moment. I was thinking about what you said. And so Paz apologized for going in on Tasha earlier, and Tasha was like, it's cool. It's not like anything you said was not factual. And she goes as far. And so what pissed me off, I forgot to say this about when Paz went to go and had a conversation with James is she don't know how to play both sides. See, it's one thing of trying to clear, it's one thing trying to get them damn benefits. It's another thing trying to get him to admit to something. The only thing she got him to admit to is Angela helped him stay out of jail a few times with his family. And Warner couldn't wait to tell her, we now have on video recording what St. Patrick said, so those benefits are forfeited. Dumb asshole. So anyways, back at Tasha's place, Tasha say Angela helped me keep my son safe, and that I feel like I owe her, now I feel like I owe you. And so Tasha was like, look, at least Angela didn't have kids with him. You could just move on and just walk away, and et cetera, et cetera. So Paz, she still ain't done. So this heifer gonna go to Tommy Egan's goddamn house, beg Tommy to kill James St. Patrick because he's the one that killed her sister. And Tommy was like, I can't do that. We all know. We all know. So anywho, she go as far as to try to tell Tommy Angela is not that person. James tricked her. And Tommy said, wait a minute, she wasn't all that. We do crazy things for the ones we love. And he said, what makes you any different? Like, you here with a gun and money trying to pay me to murder James St. Patrick. Like, which is true. We all the same in the aspect. For the ones we love, we gonna ride. At least I hope we ride. You know what I'm saying? So, that was that. So, he pretty much pushes her out. And so Paz go home, she crying, sleeping. Junior steal the gun. Junior on his way to Truth to kill James. And Paz pulled up in her police charger to stop Junior. And then she sent his dumb ass home, talking about he just want things to go back how they were. He want to go back to school. Like, bro, you you pull the trigger. You going to school, all right, but it ain't going, you can get an education in the prison system, but you ain't going back to wherever you think you're going. So anyway, she take the gun, he go home, she go to Truth. She trying to muster up the strength to shoot him. She go in the bathroom and, trying to get herself together. On the way out, she runs into Ramona, and Ramona tells her, thank you for showing me how great of a man James really is. Paz said, you don't know him like we know him. He gonna ruin you, get away from him. All in that. And so Paz leave. She following James through the club. This is, I forgot to mention earlier, this is the second time she trying to shoot this man in broad daylight. I just don't get it. obviously she ain't no murder, but it's the second time this episode she tried to shoot this man in broad daylight. I forgot the first time when she went home at the gun and pulled up on him at his crib or wherever it was. But look, then she had a clean shot on. And then what pissed me off too, she in a club full of, maybe 100 people and nobody see her pulling this gun in and out of her purse. Like, come on. So then she get a clean shot on James. She having flashbacks of what Tommy told her, what Tasha told her, what everybody telling her. And I'm saying to myself, see, this is why I don't want to be no killer. If my mind had to process all of that bull crap before I pull the trigger to even get revenge, it ain't for me. I just want to bang, bang, and ride out. Like, I don't want to have an emotional letdown to say, nah, nigga, you ain't built like this. You can just walk away. So that's exactly what she does. She walks away. Ghost sees her leave. Then she try to go and get her paycheck. And yada, yada, yada. And Blanca pulled up on her and tell Blanca, like, hey, Warner sent me to tell you it's over. We can't get him. But we got one last case, but that fell through as well. So, that's what it is. Yada, yada, yada. So anyways, I already talked about Blanca telling Warner that she got Andre Coleman to testify saying James murdered Terry Silver, and Warner was like, hell, F no, and she said it was too late. He already been transported. That gonna blow up in Blanca's face because Andre done snuck away and got arrested and got killed, yada, yada, yada. And so the Democratic guy came in, I already talked about this, and he go to the judge, get a warrant, I guess it gets shut down, whatever. All right, cool. So, look, this is what kills me. So anyways, after all of that happened, Warner lose his job and all that. Paz go tell her father she's sorry and all of this and all of that. And Poppy was just like, now you know what? The son Junior made this moment, because early in the episode, Poppy was getting Paz and Angela mixed up. He thought Paz was Angela. So I guess after Junior told Poppy that Angela is dead, he snapped out of having Alzheimer's. So Junior may have been right about that. So anyways, he tells her, we named you Paz because we were trying so hard to get you. And, you was our piece and, yada, yada, yada. So that was that. So then we get to the scene last week. Paz go visit Blanca. She tells Blanca that she ain't there for the benefit. She want Angela to be put back in the ground. And Blanca makes that happen. Sack shows some love. He shows support. She gets a phone call. It was James St. Patrick, attorney, the reading of his will. As she and Junior get there, Junior asking about this tuition money again. We see Kate leaving, which is Tommy's mom, which was surprising. Like, why in the hell you would leave a crackhead money? But whatever. Then she goes in the back, find out James left her this money. She declined it. As she leaves, she runs into Tasha, and that's when she asked Tasha, did she do it? And the camera got all up in Tasha's face, and Tasha said, just take the money. She didn't say no, she just said, take the money, you need it. And then she pulled into the room, and then Tasha tells her that Tommy was the one that killed Angela. And so she just loses it, and she goes to Tommy's crib, yada, 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 beating on the door, and we see she going inside. Tommy in a clean house, Tommy gone, Tommy on the run. And that's pretty much how the show went off. But saying all of that to say, I truly believe if I had to choose one of the suspects at this point in time, it would be Tate. And it would just be for the reason Democratic Party thing kind of shook me. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Happy Sunday. You know the vibes. Until next time, I'll holler at y'all good folks later. Peace.